Today we're going to take a close look at the Lakeland real estate market. What happened in the second quarter of 2021 and why, and where I predict it's going. So let's dive in. Wow, what a crazy ride this real estate market continues to be on through the second quarter of 2021, even crazier than all of 2020. No doubt, sellers have prospered, but buyers, you have too. As of the end of the second quarter 2021, Lakeland homes were up 12.7%, selling for a median price of $265,000. On average, homes in Lakeland sell after 6 days on the market compared to 23 days last year. If you notice, there's been a very slight decrease going into the third quarter, but this is due mainly to the slowing of new construction. I predict that we're going to start seeing this leveling out in the third quarter of this year, but increasing the first quarter of 2022 as more new construction homes become available. For more details and my predictions about new builds, you're going to want to check out last week's video. Some experts predicted that we were going to see an influx of distressed sales come onto the market due to the forbearance plans ending. I've seen a few, but not anywhere near the numbers that others predicted previously, especially in Lakeland, where over 55,000 property owners have equity in their home. Now let's take a look at what everyone's talking about. The selling price versus the list price. National media is doing a really good job sensationalizing the amount of homes that are selling way over list price. And in some parts of the country, like California, those stories are true. I'm seeing this trend in Lakeland too, but not to the extremes that you're seeing on network TV. And if you always want the straight scoop of what's going on in the greater Lakeland area, take a sec right now and tap that subscribe button. I'm here every Monday with a new video helping you make smart decisions when buying and selling a house. So now let's take a look at what happened in the greater Lakeland area. On average, Lakeland homes sold for 100.7% of the list price. For example, a sales price of $302,100 means that the house was listed for $300,000. Now I've seen some greater differences in Lakeland, but nothing super crazy. Plus, compared to this time last year, there's been a 43.6% increase in all homes selling over list price, and only 13.9% sold under list price. But don't get all excited about this 13.9% thinking that there's discounted deals out there. Well, in the end, they are. What happened with most of these is the buyer made the seller an offer over list price, and the seller accepted. Then the appraisal was done. If the appraised value comes back lower than the agreed upon purchase price, one of two things, well, several remedies, but generally two things happen. The seller has to reduce the price to meet the appraised value amount, or the buyer has to come to closing with cash for the difference. There are several other remedies that both parties can implement to remedy this situation, but for more details and all about how appraisal gaps work, you're definitely going to want to check out my earlier video. But in most cases, the seller is opting to sell the house for the appraised value. And in some cases, that's lower than the list price. So that 13.9% isn't what it seems. So the bottom line for the second quarter of 2021 and going into the third, if you're selling, home prices will continue to rise, but not at the record pace that we've seen earlier this year. That's going to be tempered very slightly as more new construction homes become available. And buyers, existing home inventory will still remain well below a typical balanced market. But on the upside, interest rates are still holding steady at historical lows. If you'd like to have a chat with me personally about how all this affects your personal situation, just click the link below to schedule your 100% free, no obligation consultation. And yes, you have my word. No pressure, no selling, just your questions answered. Thank you for joining me today, and I hope you could come back next week because we're going to be talking about home features that buyers are willing to pay a little extra for these days. You're going to be surprised. And until then, I'll see you on the next one.